Ooh, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Wars. Thanks for joining me today on this beautiful Sunday for Sunday Stock Talk. All right, so I started a little bit early. I just couldn't wait anymore. Just staring at the time, and I just had nothing to do right now. So I wanted to really get this started. I just had a call with one of my students, and looking forward to having a great discussion tonight. So let's start off. Let's go over to the Twitter and let us entice some of our friends to come here. Live now, please come for. Let's see. Bacon. Let's see if we can get people with bacon. Boom. All right. So what we're gonna do here, guys, is as always, please let me know where you are tuning in from tonight, and I'm gonna throw up a few names on the screen, and then we can get this party started. All right. And basically, in the agenda today, I want to go over the newsletter. I want you guys to ask me any questions you have, take a quick walkthrough of the Discord, and then also look at some chart requests. All right, so here we go. So we have Bilo from Indianapolis, Jeff from St. Pete, Florida, Eduardo from Miami, Nirmal from Oakland. We have Kate SHA from Jamaica. Welcome, my brother. Randy Savage here from Georgia. Trading Algo from Vancouver. Rudy, hello, brother. Darian from Fort Lauderdale. Green Photography from Atlanta. The Sell for Less from Alabama. And last one, guys. Jackie C. Travels from Tampa. Boom. All right, there we go. All right, welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining me. All right, so let's start off with the newsletter. So basically, I posted another copy of the free newsletter, and this is newsletter number 9. And we have new setups here. So we have 25 setups here for the 1 week chart with beautiful inside bar setups. A lot of these setups I'm actually going to be taking in the private swing trading room for anyone that wants to trade alongside with me. I'm going to be taking these. And then I also have actually this should say the 2 week chart. These are inside bar setups on the 2 week chart. So I actually made a typo there. So there's some nice setups on the 2 week chart, Apple, Facebook, Baba, etc. So I actually wanted to look at Apple and just talk about this one for a bit. So right there, guys, on Apple, we have that double inside pattern on the 2 week chart. So what that basically means is 4 weeks of consolidating, 4 weeks of beating up option premiums, and definitely looks like a good risk to reward opportunity to take a chance at this right here. If I scroll back in time, we can see the last double inside bar pattern we had was in 2015, and that one was kind of similar. Like if you look at it, right, kind of similar at all-time highs. We pushed up a little bit there, so a little winner, and then turned around. So just something to be aware of. Definitely has a good risk reward. And that's something that's on my list. Let's see what else we have. So if we go to Baba, I really like Baba because it broke through these previous lows, and now it's starting to pause again. So it could be time for a bounce here on Baba. I'm not sure yet, but definitely a good risk reward. Let's bring the fibs in here. Yeah, so that's, I don't know if you guys can pull up my old streams, but I've been saying this on Baba for a very, very long time, that once we pulled into the 50 here on Baba here and we started to come down, I was expecting Baba to trade to these extensions. And there we go. So we actually had it trade to the extension, which I've been talking about for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And as you can see, as soon as we touched the 272 extension, we had the algo fill step in right there and just buy it up. So definitely some algos are still hanging out in Baba. And, they probably made some good money off of this bounce right there. So now a nice little pause inside bar definitely looks like a nice, beautiful opportunity to take a chance. We also have Facebook. So Facebook pressing up against all-time highs, right? And then we have this beautiful tight 2-week inside bar. So we have an outside bar and an inside bar. So we have a holy grail pattern right there on Facebook. Definitely looking like if we can start breaking through this wick up here, guys, we can start squeezing through. So I really like that one. Starbucks, there we go. So Starbucks hanging out near the previous all-time high with an inside bar. These are all great setups, and I really hope that you guys enjoy this because it takes me quite a bit of time to go through all of this and to post it and share it with you guys for free. So, you know, hit me with the one if you like the newsletter and it's adding value to you. Because literally one day I just thought about it. You know, why not create this newsletter that I can share with people, so the people that, you know, can't afford to use a service or anything like that, at least they have my newsletter and it's for free and they can get some picks and, you know, they could still be a part of the market. All right. So I see the ones. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. So I have some charts here. And then with the truth about trading, you guys need to read this if you haven't read this yet. And then the risk to reward table, you should print that out. Keep a copy of that. Very important. And then some free resources here, and then my discounts, etc., and then my results down here. All right, so there we go, guys. So there's a newsletter. It's posted in Telegram right there. Bam. And let me put that in the chat. And it's also posted on in the Discord as well. Okay, so there we go. All right, so let's continue back to where we were. So actually for tomorrow, I already have the picks ready to go. So I have Moderna, and these are the picks for tomorrow. Moderna, Palantir, MU, and DraftKings. So all very clean setups. Moderna is probably the prettiest one with a double inside bar right there. Really like that one. Last time we had one was back in March of 2021. That one was a nice little pop. Then we have to go back, you know, in the 2020s over there to really find more. I like it. You know, it's nothing's 100%, but definitely gives us a great opportunity to come in and trade. And for anyone that's interested, I already set the alerts up for those 4 picks in the daily option picks area here. So anytime there's an inside bar on the 5-minute, it will automatically come through here and alert. And I really like that. And as you guys know, I used that for AMD to help me last week on the 300% gainer. So if we go to AMD, we go to the 5-minute. So when this inside bar came in at 9:55, it actually came through my channel right there and it brought it to my attention. And I was able to capitalize, just taking the break above there for a big win. So obviously, guys, nothing is 100%. And I'm not going to lie to you and tell you it is. But you know, if we can get a few good trades in a week, we should definitely be able to walk away with a profit as long as we're managing our risk. And that's pretty much all we're trying to do. We're trying to, you know, hit some base hits, lock in some profits, and move on. Oh, we got the donation right here. One sec. Boom, $10 from our brother Chutron, AMD profits, brother. Thank you. Thank you for sharing some love, brother. I appreciate that a lot. Chutron, this man donates every single stream, guys. He's a legend. So thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. All right. So there we go. So I didn't have a lesson planned for tonight. So I just wanted to answer any questions that you have and maybe some topics that you guys have. We can discuss for probably a good half an hour or so, and then we can get into some chart requests. All right, so start hitting me up with your question, guys. Any questions you have, feel free to ask. Whatever it is, I'm here to be of service to you and to help you on your journey. So one thing I guess I'll say while the questions are coming in, I just had a call with one of my students who is playing around, well, not really playing around, has some experience with credit spreads, and has been trading credit spreads, which are basically an advanced option strategy. And basically he's been doing really well with those. So that's something that I haven't traded before, and I'm actually interested in learning. So I'm going to be trying to learn more strategies so that I can bring value to you guys and help you out. and to just keep expanding as a trader, because you have to, in trading, you have to always be pushing yourself. It's not one of those jobs where you can sit and lay back. There's always somebody that's willing to take your piece of the pie. So you got to stay on top of the game. All right, so here we go. All right, so here we go. So how do you swing based off of fibs? Well, I suggest, Sebastian, that you need to start with the YouTube playlist that I have on Fibonacci to give you an idea. But essentially, it depends on, if you want to swing trade, then I would say start off with the daily chart, work your way to the weekly and the monthly, and have your Fibonacci drawn with impulsive legs. So let's use this as an example for Moderna. Okay, so we can see the last time that we had a significant big push was back here, and we can use the Fibonacci from this low and bring it up to the high, and then we can see right here that we tagged the 786 multiple times. So this is an example of how you can use the fibs for a swing. What you would do here is you could have limit orders on the 786 or 618, or you can wait for the candle confirmation like this inside bar to enter your trade, and then you can basically swing Moderna here, put the stop loss below the swing low, or even if you want to be tighter here at the 886, and then just seeing how it goes for the next few days. So that's an example. You can use limit orders, you can use candlestick confirmation. There's many ways, but you have to be able to look and see the impulsive legs. All right. With trading triggers, what are some signs of a fake out? Good question. So let's look at NVIDIA. Boom. So generally, when you have a fake out, it's going to be at a Fibonacci level, right? So I didn't even know that was a 272, but I just had an idea from just my experience with trading. But generally, like, see, this purple line was a trigger for NVIDIA on Friday, and you see how we broke it right away, and then we came to the 272 and flipped over. In this situation, we actually had enough bulls to come back in and ride it into the close. But sometimes it's going to just roll over from there. It's not going to recover. It's going to actually just continue lower. So what I like to do is, when I'm taking triggers, I need to be aware of where the Fibonacci's are above me, especially if I'm day trading. And then I want to be scaling out at these and then getting my stop to break even when I can to protect. So normally you'll see, like, when there's a fake out, you'll come to these Fibonacci levels and you'll either have a hard rejection like this, or you'll start to consolidate and put in inside bars, put in outside bars at the levels. So that's how you can kind of tell if we're going to get a reversal or not. But at the end of the day, you just have to try to scale out and manage your risk. And if you do that, you'll be okay. What open interest and volume do you look for on day trading options? I look for good volume. I try to look for at least, well, it depends on the name, but I definitely filter by volume. Open interest, I don't really consider too much. I don't really look at that too much, but volume, I really look for, heavy volume. And if I'm trading a name with light volume, then I'd rather take shares. How do you handle time decay on swings? You handle it by managing your risk. So, whatever you put into the options, you have to understand that you could be losing all of that, right? So if you're wrong, sometimes you just have to you have to accept that. That's a part of your trading plan. You could also have a stop loss if you want to, but you just have to be at peace with, when you get into the trade, if you're wrong, you can lose your premium. So there's not really any way to handle it. You just have to accept it and manage your risk. What trading platform do you use? I use Interactive Brokers. Do you look at SPY and QQQ when setting up day trades? Generally, no. I know that strategy where it's like trying to see what the overall market is doing, blah, blah, blah. But I'll tell you something from my experience. Stocks will move regardless of what the market does. A lot of them have their own personality. Yes, some of them are very correlated to the index, but they have their own personality. They have their own traders involved. So instead of making things overcomplicated, I just like to focus on the name that I'm trading. Rich, which fibs do you use to place orders during a retrace? Generally 50, 618, 786, those three I like to use because they have good risk to reward. How do you pick your swing trading? I use a scanner, and then from the scanner, I pick the names that I'm familiar with, that I've traded for years, because I'm confident in those. How to accurately place fibs and understand them. Anyone that's needs more help with the Fibonacci, watch my Fibonacci playlist on YouTube. It's for free. And if you want more details, then I suggest you grab the book, because Fibonacci is a topic that you need to go through it in detail, and you need to go through a lot of charts. And that's what my book accomplishes. What else we have? My scanner is on Think or Swim. How do you choose your strategy? I've been consistently losing since September 2020. Well, my strategy is, it doesn't change, because I've done the back testing behind my strategy and I'm comfortable with it. So whatever strategy you're going to use, you need to do some back testing to make sure it's actually profitable before you actually take trades with the strategy, right? So I've back tested my strategies and I know they work. So I just stick with them because I'm confident based on my back testing. If you don't have back testing on your setups and your strategies, then you're just gambling. And at that point, you might as well just go to Vegas and have a good time. Do you ever consider RSI? Nope, I don't look at RSI. I mean, I think RSI is a little bit of a hindsight indicator. I don't really like it. And it's very subjective. Anything that's subjective is not for me. Can we get the script for the scanner? So Kevin, I believe you are in the private room, brother. So in my pinned tweet in Trading Wars private, there it's in that pinned tweet, brother. Okay, so you can just copy and paste it from there. For day trades, do you ever buy at market price, especially during the open? If I'm certain swing trades, I do market price for the options. And but I use the stock price as a trigger, so it's a conditional order. For day trades, do your orders execute when it breaks your daily inside bar higher, or do you wait for IB on the 5-minute chart? Both, brother, both. For day trades, you can do both. It's really personal preference which one you want to use. Because where I'm at in my career, I can do anything, because I know how to trade all of them. But when you're first starting off, I suggest you stick with one or two of the styles. Like if you want to be a trigger trader, or you want to be just inside bar, and just focus on that until you're comfortable. Try to get 100 trades for each strategy before you move on to the next one. On options that you select, what's your typical expiration date? 1 month put out, more or less? No. So whatever the time frame is that I enter, I multiply that by 2. So if I'm at least 2, sometimes 3. If I'm on the weekly chart, then I have to get at least 2 weeks out. If I'm on the monthly, 2 months. If I'm on the 2 week, then 4 weeks, etc. Because I need to give the chart time to let the candlesticks play out. Nope, I don't use MACD. Do you have Trading War Golden Indicator for TOS? Yeah, we have the Holy Grail in TOS, and I believe you can add inside bar. So yeah, we do. Do you trade cryptos? No, brother, I do not trade cryptos. That's not my forte. I wish I did a while back, but I like playing blue chip stocks. It just feels more comfortable. Do you use conditional orders based on price for a stop loss on options, or a certain percentage? Price, always price. The percentages in options are too difficult to deal with because of the fact that they move so much. But if you use the stock price, then you can keep it at a technical level, and you can stay in trades longer. Boom, boom, boom. So someone's looking at ES. So I actually was just looking at ES. On this account, I have some delayed data on this one. This is my Tradingview affiliate account. For some reason, I'm delayed on this. Am I delayed on this, or am I up to date? Let's see. Let's see if they fixed it. 20. Wait, I think I'm up to date now. I think I'm up to date. So that's good. But here we go. So what I wanted to show you guys actually was, this is a little strategy that I'm going to share with you guys for free. Boom. Here we go. Matthew, appreciate you for changing lives. I'll be doing the same. Exactly, brother. I appreciate that. If all of us had the attitude that we want to help change other people's lives, what do you think? Where do you think this world would be? But most of us have the attitude that we actually want to get our something for personal gain rather than helping the collective. You know what I mean? So it's a mindset thing, brother. And I'll tell you a secret. Once you start focusing on helping others, everything starts falling into your place, because then you have the universe on your side. You know what I mean? So the strategy that I wanted to share with you guys is on the hourly chart for futures. So generally, right, so we opened here at 6 o'clock on Sunday, right? And you'll find a few inside bars normally within the first few hours. So here we go right here. So here was the inside bar close at 7, right? So let me just draw an arrow here. Let me ask you guys a question. Could you have made money on that bar, that inside bar? Yes or no? Based on my strategy, based on what you know. Could you have made money on that inside bar? Hit me with a 1 if yes. Hit me with a 2 if no. What do you guys think? Sorry, I'm late. I had to walk my dog. No problem, brother. Your dog comes first for sure. What do you guys think? So I see yes, 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 yes. Guys, just pause for 1 second. Who else in the game is doing shit like this? I literally have a free indicator that highlights the bars for you. And I'm telling you how to trade it without any hocus pocus, right? And most of these people that you guys know of, I'm not going to name names, but they always want to keep you in the dark. They'll tell you like, oh yeah, this was a winner based on our strategy, blah, blah, blah. But they'll never tell you how. They'll never tell you why. Because the moment they tell you how and the moment they tell you why, it's the moment that you don't need them anymore. Right? And that's the thing, guys. That's not what I'm here for. That's not what I'm here for, guys. Look at this. Free indicator. You throw that shit on. Here's the inside bar. You guys know the video. You take the breakout. We broke below. That's easily 2 or 3 times your money right there. Right? So I really hope you guys see, like, I'm trying to be different. I really am. And it's good and bad, because one thing that I've noticed is that, you know, sometimes people just use my stuff, they copy my stuff, and they don't give me any credit. But at the end of the day, I don't really care. Let's just put it that way. As long as I'm helping change people's lives, I know and I trust that the universe will take care of me, you know? So there we go, guys. Like, that's a nice little trade that you can come on a Sunday, right? So what you can do, you can go to the micro contracts, right? And then you can come on a Sunday, and you can look for a few trades, and then you can take a few and just manage your risk, right? And that's another option for some of my friends that they don't have the ability to trade during the week, or they work crazy hours, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Why don't you just trade the futures? They're open. You know what I mean? Trade the futures. They're open. Trade small risk. You have the indicators, you know, you have the indicators here. You can try it out and see how it goes. There's always an option. There's always a way to be involved in the market. You just gotta be willing to make it work for you. You see what I mean? All right. So there we go. Someone says, create a course for trading futures, Rich. I do have a course for trading futures, actually. I have a free video on YouTube that I did, and I used to trade futures only back in the day. And I actually have a course on that on my website. But right now I trade everything. I just like trading everything. I like trading futures. I like trading stocks. I like trading options. I like trading everything, because the more you're in this game of trading, the more you realize that you kind of want to diversify yourself. The more diversified you are, the less chance that you can blow up, right? Because diversification, if something is not working, like let's say stocks aren't working, but then futures is working, right? That's what I like doing. I like to kind of hedge myself. All right, so right here, so we have GYL Lily. Where do we get the indicator you mentioned? So there we go. That's a great question. So I'm trying to make everything a lot more user friendly. So you can join my Discord link right here, and then here we go, free indicator and more. Okay, so this section here has the free indicator that you can add. Here it is for Tradingview, and here is the holy grail for Think or Swim, and here is the video on how to trade inside and outside bars. So I think this is good. I think you guys have everything here. I have some more content here, and then I also have some of my discounts and some more videos. So please join the Discord and get everything, watch all the videos, and be ready to roll. And then I have some more videos here that you can use, and I have a community center right here for day trading. You guys can come in here, hang out, ask questions, etc. And then I have the members area here with all of the alerts. But you can definitely come to the channel and ask questions and get the free indicators and get ready to roll. All right. What indicator is this? This is my indicator that I created. It's called the Trading Wars Golden Indicators. It's a combination of patterns that I like: inside bars, outside bars, combination of outside and inside, holy grails, double insides, triple insides. It's the patterns that I use to make money. I'm thinking about buying your Fib book. Could you explain what topics are covered? Great. That's a good question. So let's go over here and let's pull up my book right here. So I have actually a table of contents here that you can check out. So basically the book is a little bit more than 70 pages, I think now. But essentially the first part right here is about just the basics of Fibonacci. And you can see here, I give some samples of what it is. But we start off by looking at the impulsive leg, what that is. So impulsive leg is how you draw the Fibonacci, like where is the low and the high point. The Fibonacci retracements, the micro. So these are for the day trading right here. So morning leg Fibonacci, afternoon leg Fibonacci, opposing leg. These are all day trading focused. Gaps in Fibonacci trading, that's day trading. And then we look at some more of the swing trading concepts, sequencing, macro and time frame alignment. And then I have trade management. So I have a complete section here, how you can enter and exit the trades using candlestick, using blind entries. I have some sample trade plans. I have a section on compounding your money. And then part 2 right here, automated options trading, which is basically how to use the Fibonacci and automation in order to take the trades. All right. So I think there you go. So I hope that helps. Let's continue. Boom. Davis Trades in the building. Great stuff, Rich. Always got to come support your channel, brother. Thank you, Davis, brother. Hopefully one day I can jump on any one of your, I don't know if I think you have a YouTube channel. I can't remember, but be happy to jump on and do a call with you, interview with you, anything, brother, anything. I noticed that I've been watching your channel, actually. I noticed that you're doing a lot of, you're obviously a futures trader. And I guess you trade other things too, but I love the concept you talk about with like the volume and stuff, accumulation and distribution. So maybe we could do a collab one day. I'll bring you on here and you can talk a little bit more about that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would love to know about that. All right. So thanks, brother, for being here. And let's set something up. Get you on maybe after my brother GAA options. He's going to be sometime at the end of this month. And then we can put you on right after that one. Boom. All right. When the price is above the inside bar, when the market opens, do you take the trade at the open or wait for the first 5 minute things to settle down? So if you're taking the play and it opens above the inside bar, then what you can do is you can do the opening range breakout after the first 5 minutes, or you can wait for the retest. So those are the two options. Boom. My brother right here, I bought your book. It's really good. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Really do. Boom. Yep. GAA. Yeah, I love GAA too. Yep. So he's gonna get him on here, and the whole point of this, guys, is that just to show you that there's a million ways to make money in trading, and it really comes down to which one you can be consistent with, which one you can apply. For me, I just like things to be simple. We see an inside bar, we take the breakout. That's it. Doesn't have to be more complicated than that. And as long as your risk reward is on point, you're going to make money. Is your book online version or hard copy? It is a digital copy, and I will basically, I haven't figured out how to automate everything right now, so I pretty much email everybody a copy of the book. Yep. Boom. I just purchased your book. Oh, thank you very much. It said the payment was completed. Does it arrive? Yes. I will email it to you right after this call, my friend. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So we went through some questions. I know I didn't have a formal lesson prepared today. I usually like doing lessons, but why don't we, before we go into the chart request, why don't we briefly recap how we can take our day trades for tomorrow, what our methodology is, and then we can just have it all written out for my friends here. You guys will be good to go for tomorrow. Okay. So the first thing that we have to do is what we call, what did I call it last time? We want to filter for our conditions, or we can call this preconditions. So every single trade that I take must have a condition before I enter the trade. So for example, anything that's a day trade for the next day must have one of my patterns, right? So let's use AMD as an example. Okay. So AMD on Thursday had an inside bar. So that's why I was able to trade AMD on Friday, because it met my prerequisite condition. Okay. So everything must have, where did it go? Everything must have a prerequisite condition. So let me write that down again. So prerequisite condition. And the reason why is because if we can find names that were getting beat up with a lot of consolidation and a lot of chop, then basically we can get option premiums for a good price. So if we go to the daily chart here, we could see that we had that inside bar. So what do you guys think? So going into Friday, what do you guys think happened to the option premiums with this inside bar on Thursday? What do you think happened? So those inside bar on Thursday came in and we just had a very tiny small range. So what do you think happened to option premiums on that day? Did option premiums increase or did they decay? What do you guys think? What do you think happened to those option premiums for AMD? And so we see decay. Exactly. So that's my prerequisite condition. You see what I mean? So before I can even take the trade, I need to have a condition in place, because then it makes, first of all, I can get a good deal with the premiums. And the second thing is that it's going to help me with my watch list, because in theory, you can trade hundreds and hundreds of names every single day. But I want to be focused on setups that I know how to trade and I know have an edge. I want to be focused on that. I don't want to be jumping around the market, reading the news, reading Twitter, and then being like, oh, well, I heard there's a secret buyer that's coming in on Google. I'm going to go look at Google. I don't want to be that type of guy, because that to me feels too much like gambling, right? That feels like gambling more than trading. So hit me with a 1 if you prefer a prerequisite condition, and hit me with a 2 if you prefer to take the names as they come to you. Like, I guess if it shows up on your feed or if you hear about it on the news. Which one do you guys prefer? 1 for the prerequisite, 2 for the other option. All right, so I see the ones. That's good, guys. Like, the moment that I was able to figure out, so obviously I started trading like all of you, and basically, you know, I would just run from name to name to name to name because I thought that's what you had to do in trading. But here we go. We got my brother Roman Empire right here with the 99 cents super sticker with the 100. Let's throw up Roman on here. He's a great guy. Boom, Roman Empire. All right. So yeah, so I used to trade like, you know, like all of us start where, you know, you jump around from name to name to name, and it's just too stressful. It's not sustainable in the long run. But if you can come up with, so my process is coming up with a watch list of four stocks every single day, right? And I use that through scanners. So that basically just makes my job so much more simple, right? And then from there, okay, now I'm going to ask you guys. So for those of you who have been here for a while, so now once we have the prerequisite condition, we're going to go down to the 5-minute chart for AMD. Like as an example right here, we're on the 5-minute chart. What are the trading strategies that we can use? What are the strategies that we can use once we open? So first is the prerequisite condition. So this here is the prerequisite. You see, this is Thursday. So from 9:30 all the way over here, we had an inside day. So this is an inside day, and you can see it's inside of the previous day, right? So now when we have the prerequisite condition, what are the trading strategies that we can use on the 5-minute chart in order to start trading? All right, so we have opening range breakout, correct. Fractal trading, correct. Breakout, which is also trigger, correct. Opening range breakout, correct. Opening range breakout, correct. Boom, right? So it's not that difficult, right? Like I try to simplify it. It's not that difficult, but let's write it down. So let's put the trigger breakout and let's put that to the side, because the trigger breakout is pretty much just black and white, right? We have the two purple lines. Here's the trigger for calls. Here's the trigger for puts. So if it breaks the level, you go long. If it breaks below this level, you go short. So that's probably the more traditional way, and more people are familiar with this. So the trigger is always there. It's always a valid opportunity, right? But sometimes with the trigger, you get burnt. Because, for example, if we're going to wait for AMD to break this level here when we open down here, then we're going to actually be paying a lot more, obviously, right? In terms of the call premium. And also because it's breaking and you're buying on the way up, you're going to also have to pay a fair bit of, premium on the options. However, you can still make money. Not saying you can't. But do you guys, so let me know now. So when you guys trade the trigger, do you feel like sometimes you're getting in at a tougher price? Like, do you feel like sometimes it's harder because you're paying a lot for the premium? What do you guys think? Hit me with a 1 if you feel sometimes it's hard with the trigger, or hit me with a 2 if you are okay with it, right? So I see a lot of yeses. I see a lot of 1s. Okay, exactly. So that's why I created the drill down method, right? So the drill down method. That's why I created that, because sometimes the trigger is going to be a little bit too late and you're going to actually pay a fair big price for the options. So that's why I came up with the drill down method, right? And with the drill down method, basically what we're trying to do is we're literally trying to drill down on the 5-minute chart to anticipate entries before the breakout. And what we can do with this one, so let's not add the fibs right now. Let's just start with this. We can do the opening range breakout and we can do fractals. Okay. the opening range breakout is basically taking the breakout of the first bar of the day. So if we have the first 5-minute bars right here, right? We have the high, we have the low. So we take the breakout. So it broke the high. So then we're going to go long. I'm going to put a stop loss on the other side, right? So that's opening range breakout. Opening range breakout, you can go to the 15, the 10-minute, the 3-minute. You can go whatever chart, whatever time frame you want. Just make sure you do a little bit of back testing on it. Like, look at this one right here. So I like the 3-minute chart also. You see, here's a 3-minute opening range breakout, right? So this one is actually, you would actually get in a lot at a better entry price, because it's actually, you're getting in way earlier than on the 5. See what I'm saying? So do I have any traders in here that trade the 3-minute chart? Hit me with a 1 if you trade the 3-minute chart. Hit me with a 1. Or do you guys prefer the 5-minute chart? So hit me with a 1 if you trade the 3-minute. Hit me with a 2 if you trade the 5-minute. Do we wait for the candle to close above or below the breakout? That's up to you, brother. It's up to you. The opening range breakout, you can wait for the candle to close. But personally, I like to just take the break. But if you want to wait for the candle to close, that's totally fine too. So I see a lot of people on the 5. I like the 5, but I want to push your boundaries today. And I want you to consider looking at the 3-minute. I'm not saying to trade it, but look at it, right? Look at it. You know, after you did 100. So let me tell you guys something, right? After you did 100 opening range breakouts on the 5-minute, why don't you take that data and then go back and look at, if you did the opening range breakout on the 3-minute, which one would have given you a better win rate, better probability, better profit, all of that, right? So that's my challenge to you guys, is keep pushing yourself, guys. That's how you're going to make $1 million in trading. You have to push yourself. All right. So we have the opening range breakout. So just hit me with a 4 if you understood the opening range breakout and you're following along. Hit me with a 4. I think we're running a little bit late today, aren't we? Already 43 minutes in, and I haven't even looked at one chart request yet. But that's okay. We can be hanging out tonight. I feel like you guys are getting value from this. So as long as I'm giving you a value, I'm willing to stay. But if I'm wasting your time, then that's different. All right. So the next thing we have is fractals. So fractals is basically a concept that I came up with recently. All it is basically saying on the daily chart, if we have an inside bar, we can also go down to the lower time frames like the 5-minute, 3-minute, 15, and we can also find inside bars or outside bars, right? We can find different variations on the lower time frames. So I call that fractal trading, because it's fractal, because what's happening on the higher time frames is also happening on the lower time frames. Like we could be in an inside month on AMD on the monthly, right? And then when we go down to the daily, we could be an inside day. And then we go down to the 5-minute, we can have an inside bar. And it's actually a really amazing thing to see, because trading is just amazing. It's just something that, it's a science, it's an art, it's everything. And I love it. I love it. So fractals, we can trade the inside bars, the outside bars, the holy grails, and the double inside and the triple inside bars. And we can use the breakout method, right? So if we go here, if you watch this video right here, how to trade inside and outside bars, you will see all the ways that you can trade the inside and outside bars for free. Okay, so please watch this. This will help you with the fractal trading. And then for my members that are here tonight, you can go to the daily option picks alert bot. And then you will get the alerts for any time there's an inside bar on a 5-minute. And if it's a double inside bar, you will actually have 2 of them back to back, like this one, for example, NVIDIA, this was a double inside bar. I don't put the outside bars on right now because I don't want to flood the channel and I don't want to overwhelm you. But you can still also look at the outside bars for great trading opportunities. And you can see them here. Like, you know, we had a nice little outside bar here. That was a winner. One here was a winner. This one didn't really work out. And then this one into the close was a nice winner. So definitely a lot of opportunities there. And that's fractal trading in a nutshell. All right. So hit me with a 5 if you guys are good with the fractal trading. Hit me with a 5. And then from the fractal, we can get into Fibonacci. And Fibonacci is probably what I'm most known for. I was always preaching about Fibonacci for a long time before I even was on the map, basically. So let's talk about the Fibonacci now. So we have the trigger breakout. We have the drill down method, which is the orb, the fractals. And then really we should put Fibonacci. Fibonacci is pretty much in the drill down, right? And what we can do with Fibonacci is we're going to write it here, Fibonacci trading. What we have here is we have legs. We have the morning leg, afternoon leg. We have the prior day's range, and we have the prior day extension. So let me write that out. Prior day's range. The prior day's range and the extension are basically very similar, right? So the morning leg and the afternoon leg is something that I spend a lot of time talking about in my book. I have maybe like 50 charts in the book for you guys, but pretty much we can use AMD as a great example. So generally within the first hour of the day, you're going to have a push. Sometimes it comes a lot before that. And we could actually see here on AMD, it came within the first 10 minutes. So anytime we have a directional move, like this is a directional move, you could see we came from this low straight to this high. This is a directional move. Anytime we start pulling back, then we can draw Fibonacci. So this is what I call an impulsive leg, right? Then we can draw the Fibonacci. Boom. Catch you later, Rich. Enjoy your Sunday and best of luck next week. Best of luck to you, my friend Davis Trades. Take care, brother. Wishing everybody green. Try to make some money. That's what we're here for. Take care. Darian, are your setups options and share? I do both. I always do both because both have pros and cons. And I like doing both because I can manage them differently. Like for the example, for the options, because I can have limited risk, I'm more comfortable holding those overnight versus holding shares overnight. So here we go. So here is let's zoom in here. Okay. So let's look at this one together. We had the low to the high. So we take the Fibonacci from the low to the high like that, right? So once this candle actually closes, then I already have the Fibonacci drawn, right? And then what you can see here is we pulled right into the 618. We tapped it 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, and then that was it. So this example of algorithm filling in on the 618 right there, boom, 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 and then gone. And with the Fibonacci, sometimes you'll get confirmation. Like you could see here that we had this confirmation inside bar sitting on the 618. So that gives a little bit more strength to the play because you can see the Fibonacci here and you can see the inside bar there. And that gives you more confidence in the setup. So that's the morning leg, right? Sometimes it could take even the first half an hour to the hour if we just go vertical and then we come down, or if we go down and then we come up. But sometimes it's just a quick push like this and then basing and then boom. So that's the morning leg. So now for the afternoon leg is basically taking the range of the day. So if we keep our low here and then we extend this to our high up here like that, we can see here that in this case, the 382 Fibonacci right there was the support going into the close. So this is the afternoon leg because it's looking at the whole range. And you can see here that we tag, I like using the 382 if we have a double bottom pattern, right? So here we go. So we tag it right here, we have a nice inside bar, and then we also come back here and tag it again. Whenever you have like these double bottoms on the levels, that's a very strong sign. So that's how you could use the afternoon leg. Okay, boom. So now with the prior day's range, what you can do, the prior day's range is actually more of to help you to take profits and more of a reversal style of trading. All right. So what you do right there is you take the Fibonacci of the previous day's low like that. You take it to the high and then you extend it across. So in this example here, like this was one of those ones where there's no reversal. We just kind of just explode, right? So this is probably not a good example for the prior day's range, but this is good for my friends that want to do a lot of reversal style of trading, right? So let's go back to NVIDIA. So here's an example of the prior day's range, right? So we can take it from the low. So sometimes the extension is not going to matter. Like if there's enough algorithms in the name, it doesn't matter, right? And we could see in AMD, you see how we loaded up on the 618, then we just had enough power to push through everything. But here's an example of using the prior day's range. So here's the low, here's the high. If we extend the range, we have the 10%, the 0.169, 272. These are all, these two here are the custom Fibonacci. They're not Fibonacci. These are custom levels that I created because I found that they work pretty well. So here's an example, right? So if you want to short this breakout, if you want to fade this breakout, then you can start shorting here up near these Fibonacci. What you can do is you can do a limit order or you can wait for the candlestick confirmation. So that's how you do the fading with the prior day's range extension. And then if you're actually taking, like, let's say you took the breakout of the level here, then you could use these extensions actually as targets because those are high probability areas that we could see a reversal. Okay, boom. Here we go. So hit me with a 6 if you guys are good to go with that. Hit me with a 6 if you guys are good to go. So we're at 53 minutes. So, you know, it's going to be one of those nights, guys. But I'm enjoying being here with you guys and helping you. So as long as we're learning, we're earning. Boom. So that's pretty much how you would define my style of trading. Is we have a prerequisite condition, and then from the prerequisite condition, we have the trigger method, we have the drill down, and the drill down is orb fractals, and then you can always use the fibs. Fibs are very powerful because with the Fibonacci, you're basically anticipating where a stock or where it's going to reverse, where it's going to turn. And when you do that, you can get options for a cheap price. Okay, boom, good stuff. All right, so let's go on to some picks, and then we will wrap this up. All right, so let's go to the weekly. I've had a lot of questions from people recently about what I do and all that. So I just want to reiterate this, guys. If you're interested in what I do and you want to learn about the swing room and the day trades, all that, just get the book, because the book you get 1 month for free in the private swing room. So just do that. That way you can actually see if it's for you. It's not going to be for everyone, guys. It's not. You know, there's people that don't have enough time and there's people that have other constraints, and that's totally fine. But I would recommend get the book. Don't sign up for the swing room unless you're confident that you can do it. If not, grab the book and try it out. And then from there, if you like it, then you can proceed. See what I mean? That's what I like telling people. A lot of questions about that. Boom. Sergio with the $1.99 with the thumbs up. Bam. Thank you very much, brother. Boom. All right. So let's look at some chart requests. So we'll start here, and then I will look at the Twitter, and then I will look at anyone in the chat, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so here we go. CVNA. So nothing on the weekly. This follower mentioned double inside bar on the daily. I really like this setup. This is a great setup. Nice tight consolidation. Here's the previous all-time high. Really like that setup. So thanks for sharing that. Definitely put this one on the list. Looking for a nice day trade tomorrow. So great pick there, brother. So who is that? That is CAE Deal. Thank you very much, brother. WBA. So let's look at that. WBA. So tiny little inside bar on the daily, looks pretty good. And on the weekly, we had this beautiful breakout of this outside bar. Nice little push up. If we go to the daily, like I said, that inside bar, definitely something tradable for tomorrow. Just be a little bit careful because it is very, very tight range. Very tight. So let's continue. PayPal, Tesla, Moderna. PayPal. So PayPal is one of the picks we have in the private swing room. Nice little inside bar. We had a sell-off off of earnings. So we're going to be looking at that into next week. I love PayPal long-term. I don't mind buying and just holding it for life. Actually, I really don't care. But in terms of swing trade, still very clean, nice setup on the weekly chart. So I'll be looking at that. Oops. Tesla, Moderna. Yeah. So Moderna, I already showed, brother. That's going to be one of our picks for tomorrow for the day trades. And I already have the alert set up. So it looks good to go. Okay, let's look at Tesla. What's going on with Tesla? Tesla loves to kill option premiums. That's what it loves to do. So weekly, nothing, daily, nothing. So just continuing to kill option premiums on Tesla. Eventually, it's going to pick up some steam. And I suspect it's going to pick up some steam after everybody is bankrupt from trading this name in terms of options. For me, I actually took this inside bar back here with some shares. And I've been sitting in it since. A pretty good winner for me. And, sometimes you got to do it with shares, guys, especially with these names that are just chopping around. You have to take it with shares. But, that's the price we pay for Tesla. It's one of those names that can either make or break you. Visa, nothing on the weekly, nothing. So nice little inside bar on the daily. I like this one because it's 4 days of red. So definitely looking for some type of bounce right now with Visa. Pretty surprised to see such a big sell-off on Visa. Obviously earnings related. Boom, about 9%. Definitely for those of you who are looking for maybe longer term hold on Visa, this looks like a good spot to me. Definitely looks pretty good. XEL. So that's a really nice pattern here. A nice holy grail and then a double inside bar. So I haven't seen this pattern in a long time. It's very rare. So definitely looks like a good opportunity to try it out. I think that's a good trade, brother. Got a lot of good trades coming in today. So you guys make sure you're making notes of all of this and, keep looking at them throughout the week. Weekly, daily, inside bar on Roblox. I did like a pre-earnings setup here, 16th of August, so earnings on Monday. So just be careful with earnings and whatnot. Pay attention to that. Would like to see earnings come through first, and then we'll move on from there. KPMH. All right, I got to get to the top. All right, guys. I haven't looked at any on the top yet, so I'm going to go back up. KMPH. Boom. Boom. I don't really see anything on this one, brother. No weekly, no daily setup. So nothing that I'm really interested in. And let's keep going back up. Skin. Is that a stock? It is. Weekly. Yeah, so we had a nice outside bar there. That's a lot of power in that candle right there. But personally, I don't see a setup for me. No, no inside bar setup or anything, but definitely it looks very bullish. So let's see, maybe it'll have an inside bar this week and maybe calm down. And that would be a nice opportunity to maybe take a play. But yeah, otherwise than that, let's keep rolling. So I'm going to pick one from here, Sylvia, AXP. So AXP, I like a lot. We had a nice inside bar right there on the weekly. And then if we go to the 2 week, we can actually see another inside bar. So AXP has been consolidating for a good while now. Definitely looking to get long on this. If it can break these inside bar levels, I'm looking to take that long. So like that. DraftKings. So DraftKings is a pick for tomorrow, brother. So let's look at Marvel. Weekly, nothing. Daily, nice holy grail actually on the daily. This is actually a very beautiful setup here. The first time we got into Marvel, whatever the hell it's called, we got in at 48.89 with a stop at 47.62. If we go to the weekly, you can see right here. So you see this inside bar right here, guys. This is the one that we took on the swing room right there, and we are reaping the rewards right now. But in terms of this holy grail, nice pattern to put on the list for tomorrow for a day trade. Looks really good. Let's do Pfizer. Boom. Yep. So Pfizer, remember we gave Pfizer twice. We gave Pfizer with this double inside bar. We gave Pfizer with this double inside bar on the free channel. We day traded it. We made a shit ton. It was amazing trade. I mean, this is when my style and my systems work, and I look like a fucking genius right there. Double inside bar, bam. Double inside bar, bam. This double inside bar went for 1,000% on this push. And if you, depending on where you got expiry, I don't even know what it would be right now, but just amazing, life-changing. So in terms of the weekly, daily, I think it needs a little bit of, we need to wait for the next setup, right? I always wait for the next setup, guys. I don't push anything unless I get a setup. ENPH. Weekly. Okay, I gotta speed up. Weekly, daily, weekly, nothing. Move on. PLNT. I gotta speed up, guys. Weekly, nice hammer inside bar. That looks like a good setup there. Daily, reverse holy grail, inside bar, outside bar. So a lot of chopping around on this name. Definitely worth a shot, I would say, especially since all-time highs are not too far away. So it looks like a good setup. So that's a good one, brother. AMD, we looked at that already. DraftKings, Docu. Let's look at Docu. Weekly, nothing. Daily, nice tight inside bar on Docu. And I like this one because there's double wick here. So that could get interesting if we start breaking bullish. So good. Has. Okay, weekly, double inside bar. Beautiful. Nice play. You guys know what to do with that one. Boom. So that's a good one. XEL. I think we looked at that, right? Pretty sure we did. ABT. Daily, nice tight inside bar there. And then the weekly, nothing. So you would play that on the daily. Talked about Moderna, KMPH. Weekly, daily, no setup. And then this brother is asking about the fibs on Visa. So, okay, let's do that. And then let's look at coin. So Visa, let's go to a weekly chart here. And then let's look at some of these fibs. So this is the last swing low right here. We can take it from here, take it to the high, and we can see we stopped right on the 618. So that's definitely not a surprise. So there are some algos that have already bought up a little bit here. You could see they tried before right here. See that wick? So they tried already here with the 50. Now they're trying again. So definitely Visa is looking like we have to see how this week plays out. But in terms of the fibs, you can average in or you can wait for the candlestick confirmation. All right. So either one is fine. Coin. I wanted to look at coin. So coin, we've been talking about this one for a while. And we had that double. Remember what I said, guys? The double, the trouble, the rare monthly. So I already made good money on this, and I hope you guys did too. We had that double inside bar monthly. We broke above the high, and we already hit targets right over there. So I really hope that you guys are taking the picks that I'm posting and using them, because guys, we have some great picks like that. You know, manage your risk. Obviously, nothing's always gonna win, but this is what I was looking for, and we'll see what the next setup is. Okay. All right. So let's pick some from the chat. All right. So guys, throw some requests at me in the chat right now, and then we're gonna go to the Twitter and pick a few. Okay. So man, we got a lot. We already talked about Apple, Square. Okay, let's look at Square. So Square is a setup that we have in the swing trading room right now. We have that inside bar on Square right there. So definitely looking for that potential to continue higher if we start to get some momentum next week. Definitely looking at Square right there. We could also break down potentially here and pull back a little bit more. So it's going to depend on depend on a little bit of the market also, and also the news, right? The Wednesday Fed announcement, whatever. So it's going to depend on a few of those stuff. So let's look at Donut. All right, Krispy Kreme right there. We had a nice little drop here. So the only thing with this is that there is really no previous data for us to really assess. There's no setup in terms of the weekly or the daily, but definitely keep an eye on that one. Keep an eye on that one for potential setups. Shop, we have a nice outside bar on the weekly, so you could play that. That looks pretty solid, and then a nice inside bar on the daily. So very good setups there to play. Let's look at Open. Weekly, we had a nice tight inside bar last week, and that big pop right there. I think I played this with calls. I can't remember, because I did take Open at some point. I can't remember when. I have to check my broker, but I'm pretty sure I played that inside bar with calls right there. And then boom, nice little daily here. So the way that I did it, I believe, was at the open, I just took the market price on the calls, pretty sure. But I have to double check. So this one was an earnings gap up right there, right? So whenever we have an earnings gap up, what we can do, let's go to the 5-minute chart. Here's the earnings gap up, right? So this is a concept that I call the Fibonacci gap fill. So all we got to do right here, we take the fib. Let's take it from the closing bar. Let's take it from the close all the way up. Boom. You see that? So that's why I use the fibs on these gaps. And we came down to the 50. We double bottom. 20 EMA was right there too. Just a textbook, beautiful trade. We also had a nice little inside bar at the top of the range, taking that for the breakdown. Boom, another one. Boom, another one. Boom, another double inside bar. Boom, no problem. Trading Wars golden indicators, changing lives every single day. That's how we do it. All right. Good stuff. Dropbox. Oh, D-Box. What is this? Yeah. So anything under $15, brother, I do not play those. Don't want to be a part of those pump and dumps. So here we go. KHC, Kraft Heinz Company. This was probably one of my best shorts for the year. Probably the best short that I did all year. So I have a video on this one right here. Actually, let's pull it up. So apparently you can do this feature now. So at Trading Wars, right? Let's see if this works. KHC. Boom. So here was the original video, the original swing trade that I took on KHC. You can see that inside bar right there, guys. So that one was a big time trade for me. Shorted it right there, guys, the inside bar, and look, boom. So 16 times my money. Just an amazing trade. So now we have a nice inside bar set up into next week. So definitely we could play the bar very similar to how we played it before. But I'm already sitting in this one short, so I am just hanging out with this one, enjoying the ride. I already took some profits, and then I'm just trailing my stop loss on the way down. Okay, so boom, there we go. Did my picks come up? Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, so there we go. The option picks have been posted right there. Boom. And then let's go and look at some requests on the Twitter, and then we're gonna wrap this up. All right, guys. So let's go. Where did I post it? Where are you? There we go. So I'm just gonna pick a few. Let's look at pins. Pins on the weekly, daily, nothing. Move on. We looked at that one. Let's look at Johnson & Johnson. Weekly, I've been swinging Johnson & Johnson since that inside bar down there, so I'm just chilling right now. But I don't see a new setup at all. Very good run there. I've been in Johnson & Johnson in and out throughout the year. Pretty good place. Big C. Actually, let me just try to keep it at 1 per person. Took a look at Visa already, brother. Looked at Open. Let's look at MU, DTST, and Apple and Amazon. MU. So MU is a pick for tomorrow, right? So we have that inside bar there. So looking for that play tomorrow, brother. You know, MU was a very powerful stock. DTST, don't trade anything under $15. Don't want to be in that pump and dump stuff. Here we go on the weekly for Amazon. Amazon had a big sell-off, man. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I made like $10,000 on Amazon with this play here. I'll show you guys. Boom. I'm so happy that I sold all of my calls. So basically here, this inside bar on Amazon, we took this one in the private room. Once it gapped up above the price, we were filled. So we got filled at $40, I believe it was. So no, was it 40? Yeah, I think it was 40, and it went to 150. So $4,000 per contract, and it went to 15 grand. So I was able to get out at 10 grand. So I made 10 grand. 10 grand was my exit price. But I was talking about this for a long time. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but we had this push, right? We pulled back exactly to the 618. And then right there, we came to the 272. And right when we came here and I saw this rejection, then I started to get nervous. And I basically sold all my calls because I was like, this is a measured move, rejection, right? We could clearly see it here. So we had the algo in the 618 and extended to the 272. And boom, big collapse. So just amazing that I'm just feeling blessed that I got out of that one for a gain. There we go. So let's see. Got my brother here, Craig, with the £2 right there. BNB USDT, Binance Monthly. I never looked at that. So let's see what's up with there. BNB / USDT. BNB. Let me know what I'm doing here wrong, brother. But I never looked at this ticker before. Maybe this one? Nice. So I'll go to the monthly. Beautiful. Look at that, right? Absolutely beautiful. So we had the Holy Grail with the double inside bar. So Holy Grail into the double inside bar, just taking the break above right there, brother. That's a big one. So that's really nice. I think you played this, Craig, if I'm not mistaken. I think you played this one because I think you were talking about this on the channel. And yeah, very good, very solid play. That's the power, guys. Look at this inside bar back here, right? You see, like, this is the power of my setups here. Look at this inside bar. If you just take this bad boy right there, bam, that's like 3 or 4 times. Really, really nice. Really, really, really nice. All right, good stuff, good stuff. Okay, let's look at Fubo. See what's going on Fubo. So we go to the weekly, nothing, daily, nothing. So move on. We're not going to force anything, guys, if we don't have a setup. You know, it's important to have the setup. The prerequisite is important. APPS, nothing. Next, let's look at Chewy. See what's going on with Chewy. Beta Warrior's favorite stock. So we had a few outside bars right there. Nice little push from that outside bar on the daily. Nothing really interested in. But yeah, nothing really interested in right now. So let's continue. What else do we have? UPST. Weekly, just a huge breakout. This was off of earnings, I believe, that they had this huge gap up here. So nothing really in terms of setups right now. Maybe give it a little bit of time to calm down, and then we can revisit the chart. UPS, daily, nothing. Weekly, nothing. Keep going. Beyond, what's going on with Beyond? Weekly, nothing. And the daily, nothing. So keep going. So I'm just going to pick a few here. Wish, Disney, Wish. So that was that big gap down on earnings. I know a lot of people got screwed off of this name. Can actually see a little bit of a holy grail back here. A little bit of holy grail and then the breakdown. But obviously earnings, you know, earnings is always a gamble, guys. So I talked about that. You know, I talked about managing your risk on earnings. So Snow. Oh, this crazy charting right here. That one's just clean. Boom, weekly, daily, nothing. So Airbnb. So daily, we got that outside bar. That's a nice little setup. And then weekly, nothing. So I'm just going to pick one more, guys. Piton. All right, so weekly and daily, nothing. All right, so I know it's probably a little bit boring when I'm looking through them and I'm telling you guys nothing, but for me, if I don't have the prerequisite conditions, I'm not going to trade it. And that just keeps me alive in the market because I'm not chasing anything. I'm not getting FOMO. I'm not getting any of those emotions because I try to keep it as mechanical as possible. But yeah, so there we go, guys. So that's pretty much it for me. 1 hour and 17 minutes in. I hope that you enjoyed the stream. I hope that you learned something in the first part of it. Trying to make things as neat as possible. I have a lot of swing trades set up next week in the private room. So hopefully things go well. If not, that's okay. You know, it's part of the game. Just going to do our best, manage our risk. As long as we manage the risk, we'll be okay. All right. So that's pretty much it for me. Thank you so much for your time. I already posted the picks. Looking forward to this week. I know last week we had a killer week. On Friday, we absolutely destroyed it. So hopefully we can keep that momentum going and just keep things positive. You know, last thing, let's say some little bit of motivational, something motivational for next week is just, it's a little tip that I have. So whatever your goal is, let's say your goal is, you know, becoming a profitable trader. You know, whatever your goal is, guys, take a piece of paper, okay? Take a piece of paper, white piece of paper, and a pen or a pencil. Sit down by yourself, wherever you want, in a room, in the library, whatever, coffee shop, and I want you to write 10 ways. Okay, so brainstorm 10 ideas that can help you get to your goal. All right, and what I want you to do is I want you to do that every single day. Do that every single day. Every single day. You start off your day, you write 10 ways that you can achieve the goal you have in front of you. What are 10 things that you can do? And I've used that strategy multiple times. And that's how I came up with a lot of my systems back in the day. And that's how came from unprofitable to a profitable trader, is just brainstorming using the power of your mind. Very, very powerful, very, very underrated. We don't need to, we need to be creative, and all of us have that ability to be creative. So that's my advice going into next week. Whatever your goal is, whatever your problem is, whatever your issue is, get that pen and the pad out and write down 10 ways that you can achieve that goal. Do that every single day, and you'll be surprised what your mind will find. Okay, so trust your mind, trust your process. All right, that's it. I'm out. Thank you very much.